nobody like Clinton with that money.
Well, don't say that because Trump promised those people who went to Trump University to take a picture with Donald Trump. And what they did was they had a 6-foot cutout of him, or 6'3" cutout of him. You got to stand next to it, and that was the picture that you got with Donald Trump.
I'm just talking about all the money that Bill.
We also have to talk about the common sense of somebody who went to Trump University. Like already, that's the problem already. You went to Trump University, sir. That's what you're gonna put on your resume instead of going somewhere reputable when you had this opportunity to. Why in the hell?
What's this?
Think if your child wanted to waste your money on Trump University, or what you would say.
That's why I said you give them the tip. I don't have. That's why I gave you that.
I don't have it. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what a day. No, but I mean, listen, those guys made what, 186 or 108 or 46 million dollars in like how many years?
Who?
Bill Clinton.
Oh, no, but don't forget when Hillary said at the very beginning when she was running, she said when Bill and I left the White House, we were bankrupt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to be bankrupt like that?
Yeah. How do you make that kind of money with no jobs?
Well, you know what gets me? Hey, listen, and we got to include Trump and his family. Other than Ivanka, who has her own business, okay? The sons run,
help run the business.
Their real estate company. You say to yourself, what would they do without the Trump name? What about Chelsea? Chelsea's got a $10 million duplex apartment in the heart of Manhattan on the east side. All right. Her husband is a hedge fund operator. Okay. And she draws a salary from the Clinton Global Initiative, the foundation. What does she do?
Why would she
make real mealy mouth speeches every once in a while and give her a big check for it?
Yeah. Well, they figured out how he was doing it. You want to meet Hillary? You got to donate $10 million to the fund, and then you got to give me $1 million in speeches. And if I cancel the speech, you're still gonna have to pay me.
Hey, listen, before this whole thing started, Chelsea and Ivanka were actually friends.
They still are.
Ivanka has 3 kids. Chelsea has 2. They used to, meet for coffee, whatever rich people do. I don't know because I'm not rich. Okay?
Travel in the same circles. And we make a mistake when we think this is kind of singular to the Clinton family or singular to the Trump family. This is what those wealthy families do as far as gaining influence and getting close to power. And this goes all the way down to the state level. When your local big corporation goes to meet the mayor, he gets a totally different sit down with the mayor than you do when you want to come in.
That's
there
right. That's it.
You know what I mean? Same thing all across the country.
They all travel.
Systemic issues that need to be fixed.
They all travel in the same circles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, you guys have a good night, man. I'm going to go and shut it down.
Okay, Naj.
And I think I'll be making a liquor store run.
Yeah, well, why don't you go hit that old eggnog again?
That's what I'm going to do, my man.
What are you putting in there, rum?
Nah, Remy Martin.
Okay.
All right, Naj.
Always cognac.
Have a good weekend. We'll speak to you next week.
Too, man, and good luck next Tuesday, man. Hopefully neither one of you guys get mad and go out and beat somebody up over the result.
Yeah, right.
Well, no, wait a second. That's if the United States of America and the world still exists as we know it. Who knows?
Who knows? I mean, the way they're talking about this, and they'll talk to them about the Bushes, and they're voting for Hillary. I said, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
Why?
How much
And
they
man,
hate.
you don't piss some people off. They threw away their nephew in order to get that tape out about him, man. They ain't playing. They really upset with that dude for what he did in jail.
Yeah, so vote for Johnson or vote for the other girl. You know, they don't. They know that.
No,
Jill-
but
Jill- vote for Jill Stein.
HW and Barbara have a very nice relationship with Bill. You know, it's like, you know, they say the joke is, I'm another, you know, a son from another mother. Okay, despite the fact that Bill defeated the father, you know, they have and had a lot of respect for each other. Bill didn't say too many negative things about W. You know, I mean, he could have, but he didn't. You know, and I gotta say, with all due respect, you know, George W. hasn't said very much in this whole thing. He's been very quiet. You know,
Well, they all have.
Trump totally destroyed his brother.
Because he could have been an advocate for Trump. He could have rallied Republicans. But
They were
didn't.
all silent. The
Because
whole
his
family was silent.
Well,
they're
look what.
pissed about that, man. They don't like how he treated Jeb, man.
Well, because, you know, in a way, for national politics, I think Jeb was too nice a guy. All right, it was like, you know, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington with Jimmy Stewart. You know, this country bumpkin.
Horrible,
You know, he was too nice a guy, and he was too soft. Okay, and he couldn't stand the heat that Trump was dishing out, and he refused to go into the gutter with him. Okay,
He finally tried, but it was too late. They all,
Well,
you know,
beyond the gutter, though, if you're going to be a guy who doesn't have a big personality, then you need to be a policy wonk. Like, you need to know your stuff, detailed, number by number, everything. And he wasn't good at that either. So it's like he's arguing with Trump on personality, and Trump, you know, has charisma and personality, so he's just blowing him out the water every chance he wanted to.
I mean,
This is ugly, man.
Naj,
That
just-
was funny as hell.
just imagine, Jeb was trying to get a word in edgewise, and Trump looks at him and says, "Jeb, shh."
yeah,
He's hushing him up. Be quiet, you know.
yeah. Well, you know,
Jeez.
listen, you know, in that particular,
Not gonna make me look that up tomorrow. I gotta watch that again.
you know, in that particular show, that's what I call it, a show.
Well, it was the debates, you know.
was
No,
a
it was
show.
the
It was a debate, but it's a show.
before. Yeah,
It was a, you know, it was a docu comedy. I don't know, but you know, Trump was the king of that show. He just,
well, Trump himself said, "Would you be getting 40 million people watching this debate of 17 Republicans if it wasn't for me?"
yeah, he was right.
And he was right,
yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah. So anyway,
All right,
All right,
Naj, you be well.
enjoy your
y'all
eggnog.
too.
Enjoy the weekend, man.
All right, take care.
Speak to you next
Too,
week.
man, and good
All right.
night to her too.
All right.
Okay.
Good night.
Elisa. Elisa.
I think Sammy's listening to us, not Elisa.
Sammy, you there?
Well, they're still connected. I'm telling you, Sammy, I think, has the phone.
Well, she's not saying anything anyway. Okay. When you get whatever, I was going to ask her, who does she want to see win? I don't even
Well,
know.
she told us who she wants to win.
Trump?
Yeah.
Good girl.
Yeah, but you know why? Sammy, tell us why you want Trump to win. She said because he's a boy. He's a man.
Yeah,
You know,
there
are a lot. You know, unfortunately, there are a lot of people in the country who can't own up to the fact that a woman might be president of the United States.
Well, I heard a lot of people say we don't mind having a woman, but not that bitch.
Well, I don't know. I remember Margaret Thatcher being called a bitch more than once, you know, and she was a very good prime minister for England.
Yeah.
You know,
She was so good that President Obama...
she had the hots for Reagan.
Yeah,
don't
she's
forget.
so good that Obama didn't go to her funeral.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, that was
Didn't
just-
even send Biden. I don't understand that.
That was horrible.
I really don't. No, you're right.
That was
yeah,
real disrespect.
you know, I'm an Obama supporter, but the bottom line is you're right. That's true.
disrespect, total disrespect for our closest ally. Well, anyway, it used to be our closest ally.
Ronald Reagan was turning over in his grave.
Yeah.
Yes, sirree.
But,
although, I got to tell you, his son, Ron, is a progressive.
Yeah.
He's very much a Democrat.
Is that the gay one?
Well, I don't know if he's gay. You don't know that either.
One of his sons are gay.
Well,
not that it matters. It really doesn't matter.
It might be him, but I don't ever remember.
Because that was the big things about it. Because
Well, back when Reagan was president, I believe Ron Jr. was a ballet dancer. He was a dancer.
Yeah.
But he taught himself and he became a political person. And he has a show. He lives in Seattle. He has a show in Seattle. Mm-hmm. But look, I can't comment on his sexual gender.
No, the only reason I say that because
not that it makes a difference.
It doesn't make a difference to us, but in those days, conservative president, and then his son is gay.
Hey, listen, my brother-in-law is gay, and my brother-in-law said back in the 70s when Reagan was president, he was going to 1 or 2 funerals a week because that was when not the 70s, the 80s, the early 80s.
HIV,
because
dying.
of HIV and AIDS.
Dying,
he said, and Reagan refused to even say the word. He spent no money on medical funding for research. And he very much felt that it was punishment for being gay.
Yeah. But look at Magic Johnson, huh?
Hey, listen, Arthur Ashe also died from AIDS. They don't say it, but now they say that it was blood transfusions. That was back before the blood was tested.
Yeah.
And many people got tainted blood, and that's why they died from AIDS.
Yeah. Yeah, but
look, it's very easy to spread a rumor about somebody.
That's true.
It's a sad thing. And that's what Melania was trying to get out in her message about cyberbullying.
Yeah.
This stuff doesn't have to be true.
Yeah.
And most of the time it's not.
And it's not, and they don't know who's sending these messages, which is really, if you know, at least you could, do something about it maybe, but when it's blind and...
I promised I wouldn't send any more messages about you.
Why, thank you.
Hell, you caught me that one time and...
that was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
I don't want Lisa cutting off my balls,
Who's back? Who's on that phone?
If that's Sammy, I apologize. If that's
Sammy's asleep.
Oh, you're back. You left for a while, didn't you?
No, I've been here the whole time listening.
And when I asked you, when I talked to you, you wouldn't answer?
You didn't answer.
I didn't hear you say anything.
Yeah. Well, I walked away for a little while, and I was asking you who, because I missed the part when you said who you would vote for. I wasn't here.
Oh, I don't know. When I wake up on Tuesday morning and I'm standing in the booth, I'll make my decision.
You know something? I said that the other day to one of my friends. It's amazing that this election, like the people on TV, the political people were trying to say, you mean at this point you haven't decided? And I'm saying to myself, this election is so polarized that I'll bet you that there are many people who are going to go into that little booth, and get that computerized thing that they got to fill out. And they're going to make up their mind then who they're going to vote for.
Well, I think a lot of them are just going to say, well, I'm a Republican, so I'll go down the line and vote for him, and that's it. Because very few people actually switch between party lines when they vote.
Well, occasionally you do. I mean, if you're voting for judges and it says select 6, usually they're either going to be 6 Republicans or 6 Democrats. You're not going to split that up, But
But But with this type of election, it's different. I mean, there are going to be different people crossing parties.